So good afternoon all of you. So today we'll discuss on trial on reciprocating compressor. So in the last practical we have discussed about the trial on diesel engine. So today we'll discuss about the trial on reciprocating compressor. So this is the list of experiment, and as per that list we have ninth experiment, which is on trial on multi-stage positive displacement air compressor. So we know that when we have discussed the theory lectures on reciprocating compressor, so here we define the reciprocating compressor into two category. One is positive displacement compressor and another is. So as per the classification, we have two types of compressor. First is positive displacement compressor and second is non-positive displacement compressor. So non-positive displacement compressor is also referred as dynamic compressor. So as per syllabus, we have trial on positive displacement compressor. Again, trial on multi-stage positive displacement air compressor. So under multi-stage positive displacement air compressor, we have to conduct the trial here on multi-stage reciprocating air compressor. So this is the aim of our today's experiment. So we have to conduct trial on multi-stage positive displacement compressor. So here we have positive displacement compressor as reciprocating compressor. That's why we'll conduct the trial on multi-stage reciprocating compressor. So we know that what is multi-stage reciprocating air compressor. So in multi-stage reciprocating air compressor, we use more than one cylinder. So for our experimental arrangement, so we have two-stage reciprocating air compressor. So in two-stage reciprocating air compressor, we have low pressure cylinder and high pressure cylinder, and in between low pressure cylinder and high pressure cylinder, we have intercooler. So we'll discuss about the setup in the next slide. So as per our aim, so we have to conduct a trial on multi-stage reciprocating air compressor, and we have to find work or power required for multi-stage reciprocating air compressor, then isothermal efficiency of multi-stage reciprocating air compressor, then volumetric efficiency of multi-stage reciprocating air compressor, and finally we have to find free air delivered, that is FAD. So the compressor on which we have to conduct the trial has the following specification. So the manufacturer is Uniinsta company. Again, the input power for the compressor is 2.23 kilowatt at 800 rpm. Delivery pressure is 10 bar. Again, the specification of high pressure cylinder and low pressure cylinder are given. So high pressure cylinder is referred as HP cylinder and low pressure cylinder is referred as LP cylinder. So for high pressure cylinder, cylinder diameter is 63 millimeter and stroke length is 63 millimeter, whereas for low pressure cylinder, diameter is 57 millimeter and the stroke is 63 millimeter. So this is the arrangement of our today's experimental setup, or this is the experiment. So this is the experimental setup for our today's trial. So this is what the setup for two-stage compressor. So in just we have seen in two-stage compressor we have two cylinder. So this is one cylinder, it is referred as LP cylinder, it is low pressure cylinder. This is HP cylinder, it is referred as high pressure cylinder. So in between low pressure cylinder and high pressure cylinder, we use intercooler. Again, this is the receiver or storage tank in which we store the compressed air, and this compressed air we can use for application through this control valve. Again, in between the high pressure cylinder and the receiver tank, we have aftercooler. So function of intercooler and aftercooler, they act as a heat exchanger. So during theory lecture we have seen the function of intercooler. So again similar function we have for the aftercooler. Again in this setup we have manometer arrangement to record the air pressure. Again this is the air box. So this is the inlet for air. So air is taken inside through this inlet. Here we have orifice arrangement, and this air is taken to the low pressure cylinder through the air filter available in this orifice air box. So during when we conduct the trial, at that time once again we will see the detailed specification of all these components, and we will see the actual setup during our trial. Now when we have to conduct the trial on this reciprocating air compressor, then we have to record the various parameters, and all these while recording all these parameters, the various sensors connected to the various component, and all these sensors are taken to the control panel. So let us discuss about the observation table. So this is the observation table for our today's experiment. So in observations we have to record the room air temperature, so that is denoted by TA. So here previous reading is given to you just for your reference. So you have to take this reference reading and we have to write your own reading as soon as we complete the trial on experiment or trial on compressor. Again we have to record the atmospheric pressure, that is PA. So here it is given as 71 centimeter of Hg, and that is converted into bar, so it is 0.94658 bar. Again temperature is converted from degree Celsius to degree Kelvin. So recorded temperature is 25 and we have to add 273, so 273 plus 25, it is 298 degree Kelvin. Again air box orifice diameter is 8 mm. Coefficient of discharge for orifice is 0.64. So these are the previous reading given to you just for your reference. Again we have to record the reading in groups as per our previous discussion, because we have in a batch there are 16 students and we have formed group of 4 people. So there are 4 groups. So group 1 will record the first reading and they will write their reading in first row. Group 2 will record the reading and they will write in the second row. Similarly group 3 and 4 so second column is about the speed, so we have to record the speed here. Then next column is about the energy meter reading, so we have to record the time required for particular revolution, and that time we have to record in this column. Again that time we have to specify in second. So in the next column we have to record the manometer reading, that is denoted by HW, because in manometer we have water as a fluid, and we have to record the level difference of water in the manometer, and that is denoted by HW. Again it is written in millimeter, so here we have to write the manometer reading. Then in the next column we have to write the discharge pressure, which is denoted by P2. Again we have to write that pressure in bar. Then we have to record the initial temperature, that is denoted by T1, and final temperature, that is T2. So these are the reference reading given to you from previous practical, but you have to write your own reading in this observation table, and according to these observations you have to find the various performance parameters. Now let us discuss about the results or various calculation parameters as per our observations. Now before we proceed for results of our today's practical or the calculation of various parameters, so first of all what I will suggest, already we have circulated write up on this compressor as well as on all the experiments. So you have to write all this experiment except the observations and calculations. So you have to write all the theory part, and as soon as college will resume we will complete the trial and we will complete the calculation and observation part. So meanwhile try to write all the experiment except observations and calculations. Again for today's experiment already we have circulated the write-up, and how to calculate all this parameter, that is specified in that manual. So please go through that manual. Now in our results we have to write here, that is HA, that is again this is the air pressure difference, that is noted by HA. Again we have to write in meters of air column. The next column is about the volume VA. Again we have to write this volume in meter cube per second. Then next volume is VS, that is sweat volume. Again it is specified in meter cube per second, and here all these readings is multiplied by 10 raised to minus 4. For VA, multiplication factor is 10 raised to minus 4. For VS, multiplication factor is 10 raised to minus 3. Now, how to find this VA, how to find HA, how to find VS, that is already given in the write-up. So, please go through the write-up and see the equation to find this HA, VA and VS. Similarly, during our theory lecture, during theory lectures, we have seen how to find volumetric efficiency, isothermal efficiency for single stage compressor as well as for multi-stage compressor. So the same relation is also given in write-up. So we have to refer that relation from write-up or from the theory lectures, and by using that relation we have to find the volumetric efficiency, that is denoted by eta V, then isothermal efficiency, that is denoted by eta ISO. Now in this column we have to write the volumetric efficiency. In this column we have to write the isothermal efficiency as per our calculations. Then in the next column we have to write the pressure P1, that is in bar. Here we have to write pressure P2 again in bar, and in the last column we have to write the pressure ratio P1 by P2 or P2 by P1. So why we need this pressure ratio? Because during theory lecture also we have seen that is always we have to refer the relation between temperature ratio, pressure ratio and volume ratio. So that's why here pressure ratio is important. Again, the characteristics we have to plot with respect to this pressure ratio. Particularly we have to plot volumetric efficiency versus pressure ratio and isothermal efficiency versus pressure ratio. That's why in the last column the pressure ratio is calculated and that is written here. Now let us proceed for the characteristics or performance curves for our today's practical. Now here to plot the volumetric efficiency versus pressure ratio and isothermal efficiency versus pressure ratio. So on x-axis we have to write the pressure ratio, again taking suitable scale. Similarly on y-axis we have to write volumetric efficiency as well as isothermal efficiency, taking suitable scale. So we have to take scale for x-axis and y-axis as per our group reading. Now this graph is for pressure ratio versus isothermal efficiency, it is specified. So this first graph is for isothermal efficiency versus pressure ratio, and this graph is for volumetric efficiency versus pressure ratio. So as we have recorded 4 readings and we have calculated the parameters with respect to that reading. So these are the 4 points. With respect to that 4 points we have to plot volumetric efficiency as well as isothermal efficiency. So once we plot this graph, then we have to write the conclusion from this graph. So what is the conclusion? So see the nature of this isothermal efficiency curve. Also see the nature of volumetric efficiency curve. So we find that here isothermal efficiency increases as pressure ratio increases. So this is one more important conclusion from our today's experiment. Again, see the nature of volumetric efficiency with respect to pressure. So as pressure ratio increases, volumetric efficiency decreases. So these are the trend of our parameter as per today's practical. Now let us see the conclusion. Now these are the conclusion written from the previous graphs, and already we have discussed the variation of volumetric efficiency versus pressure ratio and isothermal efficiency versus pressure ratio. So first conclusion is with respect to volumetric efficiency and pressure ratio, and second conclusion is with respect to isothermal efficiency and pressure ratio. So as ratio of P2 by P1 increases, the volumetric efficiency of compressor decreases, and as ratio of P2 by P1 increases, the isothermal efficiency of compressor increases. So these are the 2 important conclusions from our today's experiment. Now these are the reference conclusion. So as soon as you will complete the practical, or as soon as we will record the readings, you have to calculate the parameters, and as per that parameters you have to plot the graphs and you have to write the conclusion from that plots. So your conclusion should be in line with this conclusion. Now today we'll stop here and we'll discuss the next practical in the we'll discuss about the next practical in the next week. Thank you.